chicken head, bow, bow, with the wow, on the four leg. I don't even know what Pratt was saying, though. Ain't even got to go get some meat out the bottles. You get bottles. Sicker than sicker, Range Rover on the flicker. I got a picture up to do with dipper. Hipper dipper, Project Pat glowing slicker. Slicker than slicker, Amzoil going dripper. You putting those on live? They right there. I told you I got some new 40s on the J. I'm trying to tell them. No, those new shoes, those for the Beamer though. Sicker to sicker. And so you go with dripper, the engine liquor, tick, 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 ticker. Be like, where my engine going tick, Project Pat? And so you dripper. Engine block going thicker, the drive sipper. Dirty Sprite on the pipper. Be like, Project Pat, I need help. Shout out to Project Pat, man. Project Pat told y'all in that one interview he did, he grew up with a dad in his house. And his peers automatically, by default, just looked up to him. Project Pat always looked like he just got his CDLs, though. He had that hat on, you see it. You be like, yo, this nigga look like he just got his CDL license. Let's see how it's done. Go get the BMW. I don't have a BMW. I'm lying like shit. Stop playing. What up, Bork the Dweeb? The big homie Dweeb in the building. What y'all want to talk about? I don't have nothing to talk about. Y'all should see my watermelons. They got big as fuck. They got big AF. Yeah, my watermelon's big AF now. Yeah. Yeah, shout out to Tamagotchi. Oh. Have a moment of silence for Gigapat. Didn't work out. Slip with the slipper, slipper on the tripper, you got the tripper, lipper. Yeah, Gigapat just kind of dropped. Gigapat did some wild shit, son. I don't even know what the fuck that was. It's just I went out there, went to the little tiny baby watermelon patch, and I was looking for Gigapat. Hey, Gigapat. You know, Gigapat was sitting there. I was like, see? So I cut him off, tossed him. Tamagotchi doing real good, though. Shout out to Tamagotchi. Tamagotchi, man, Tamagotchi about the size of my fist. I bullshit you not. Yeah, Gigapat just didn't make it, though. Go with the Coopers. I already had Coopers. I'm not a fan. Well, I had the Coopers on my Piper, the Jeep that you see me sell. I had the Cooper Evolutions, the all-terrain. I ain't like them. Nah, no lie, these for the BMW. I'm putting all seasons on there. This shit came. I'm just getting rid of the run flats. I don't like the run flats. The manufacturers, like when you start getting like BMWs and luxury vehicles, they don't come with spare tires. What the manufacturer does is give you run flats. The manufacturer does this for one or two reasons. To increase the fuel efficiency of the vehicle, because that manufacturer is under heavy pressure from the EPA to get better gas mileage, you know, due to environmental standards. So putting a spare tire in your vehicle is going to make it weigh more. When your vehicle weighs more, you get less, it's less fuel efficient. So to remedy that, they're gonna give you run flats. Now, if you get a nail in your run flat, they say you gotta throw the whole thing away. Ain't no such thing as plugging a run flat tire. It ain't like you can just be like, yo, I got a nail in my shit. Yo, can you patch it? They can't patch it from the inside. They can't put a sticky plug on it. They can't put the mushroom plug in there. That whole tire is done. You gotta get a new one. So, what a lot of people do is they immediately ditch the run flats, keep them as backups, and they put some regular tires on there. Not only does that make the shoes on your vehicle repairable, it gives you a better overall ride. Those run flats are gonna make your vehicle ride a little rough, but you'll never know it until you get rid of them. You hear me? Go put some regular tires. If you got run flats on your shit, put some regular tires on there. You can be like, damn, I feel like I'm driving on air. Telling y'all some real shit. I put the new 40s on the beat. I try to tell her, bloody bodies is underneath. I'm telling y'all some real shit about them run flats. They gonna give you run flats just to save money. Hey, get rid of them shit. And then when you get rid of your run flat tires, it's gonna feel like you got a whole new vehicle. You be like, damn. But yeah, it's just that time. So I went ahead and got some tires for my wife, because that's one of the things, like, fellas, if women don't want flowers and diamonds and shit, right? Like, big jewelry will kill me for telling y'all this, but they don't want that shit. Like big flowers, they don't want me telling you this. That's why they suppressing my channel. What women really want is new tires for their vehicle. I bullshit you not, dog. I'm telling you some real shit. Matter of fact, do a comparison of somebody giving their wife flowers, chocolate, a diamond, and then somebody else give their wife new tires. She just show up from work, she get back, there's some new fucking tires there. Or you got her vehicle, you like, yo, I'm gonna go ahead, woo woo woo, and you pick up, she see the new shoes on her vehicle. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling y'all some red, go get her some tires, man. And I'm talking to you personally. You know who I'm talking to. You know your girl need new tires. You know that is ridiculous. You can see the steel belts showing in her. I'm talking to you, nigga. Don't be looking around. I'm talking you. Get her some tires, man. Fuck wrong with you? You sitting up there getting her flowers and all this other weird shit that a dying don't mean shit. Nah, man, get her some fucking tires, man. So that she can hug the road. You know, women be out there raging, whoa, 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 you know. Hey, get her some tires, man. Shout out to the women that need, shout out to the men that need new tires too. Men need, ladies, I'm telling you some real shit. You got a man and it's like his little birthday or a celebration or something going on and you don't know what to get, man, get him some tires. Get him some tires. All-terrain tires are a safe bet. Kind of. You don't know what your man into or what he may be looking forward to. Don't get all seasons, especially if he has a truck. I'm getting all seasons on my truck because that's what the fuck on there. But I'm just saying, some men, they just want look a little bit more aggressive. They get the all-terrain. Don't get no mud terrain. You don't get the all-season. Matter of fact, ladies, I take that back. Don't listen to me, because he may already have something in mind. He probably got a goal, and you just fucking it up. Then you gotta go through the return shit. Don't even do that. But fellas, yo, get your girl some tires, man. First thing I ever bought my wife was a set of tires. I said, man, Borp the dweeb, no. Damn right. That's why I Borp the big homie dweeb. Yeah, that's big dweeb. Get us some tires, man. Is he like every time you on here, or you always on here? That's a question. Slow boy. Shout out to Slow boy. I'm on here every time he on here. Yeah. Yeah, I pinned your IP address. I know when you log the fuck in, and I know I'm gonna be like, yo, okay, he just logged in. I'm gonna hit the go live button on this nigga. Yeah, I see you. Yeah, I'm like your probation officer. I'm just here to tell you, put the blunt down and pour that cup of coffee down the drain. That's it. I ain't talking about shit for real. I ain't got nothing going on. Pardon me. Pardon me. Pardon it a little bit. Pardon me. Can I get a little spot of tea? A little spot of tea. Can I get a little spot? Just a little bit. Just a bottle of water. A bottle of water. How British say bottle of water? I've been practicing my accent because all them niggas come over here and take the acting jobs. I'm gonna go over there and take their acting jobs. I'm gonna be American as fuck, sounding like I'm from Liverpool some fucking way. Pardon me. Just a little bit of water, please. They be like, oh, who the fuck is this nigga? This nigga's from America? These fucking Americans are stealing all our jobs. I'm like, yeah, you get a taste of your own medicine, huh? Pardon me. Everything in whose eyes? Guys confuse lies with the truth. They mean the true lies. My 2 eyes seen plenty of dukes die, but I survive. You guys can't walk in my shoes. I'm not your shoe size. Flipped a few bricks, couple birds flew by. Coat white like he got blonde hair and blue eyes. My jewelry box reminds you of Jerusalem. Cats like the gas blast fast like a Muslim. I call the non-Ramadan when I'm introducing them. I smoke pot like Snoop in them. Pot gets fat like Bruce in them. Fuck man scooping them. All my shooters, I keep losing them. They either in the box or a cell block. Prosecution accusing them. Cats is ratting, prosecution confusing them. Of course you get rectify, go to court and testify. Lift your right hand on the stand, snitch on your right hand man, and blame it on the white man, damn. Took a couple grand out the white man hand and gave him 3Ks like the white man clan. Bars. Papa, bars, these are bars. Daddy, what daddy? I'm not your fucking father! But daddy, daddy, you are my daddy, you are my father. Papa, where's mum? You gotta put a U. Where's my mum? Mum, mummy, mummy, mummy. Mummy, it be like mummy, it be like, who the fuck taught you niggas? Are we somebody wrong? Somebody not speaking proper English. And I think it's you niggas. They over there talking about mum. I took English class in school. There is no you in the word mom. Who the fuck put that you in mom? That's not a U. That's a O. They'll spell it mom and then proceed to say mum. Mum, mummy. Hello, mummy. Good day. Like a little bit of breakfast. Little breakfast, whole lot of orange juice, a little bottle of water. Mummy. All my shooters, I keep losing them. They either in a box or a cell block. Prosecution accusing them. Cats is ratting. Prosecution confusing them. Of course they get rectified. Go to court and testify. Lift their right hand on the stand. Snitch on their right hand man. And blame it on the white man. Damn, I done took 100 grand out that white man hand. And gave him 3Ks like that white man clan. I hope this don't offend my white man fans. But the smoke is in the air like a hype man hands. Mums are a flower. Mummy, mummy. It's not entirely true, is it? Is it, mummy? Where's daddy? Daddy doesn't know. Daddy, Scotty? Where's Scotty? Where's Scotty? Scotty doesn't know that Fiona and me do it in my van when my band plays. Fiona tells Scotty she's at church, but she doesn't go. Instead, she's on her knees, and Scotty doesn't know. So don't tell Scotty. Shout out to Scotty. Daddy wasn't there. Shout out to daddies that wasn't there. Historically, a lot of dads weren't there. There just seemed to be more important shit to do. Like expanding the empire. If I grew up with a dad, dad was gone like shit. You look at J.P. Morgan dad. J.P. Morgan dad beat on him, then went to London. He was Jay, called that, he wrote a message every Friday to that nigga. Daddy, are you coming back? Got quite a bit of information here on the banking situation in America. Dads were gone like shit. Dads just didn't, like the modern concept of a daddy that's just always there. I feel like that shit new. Y'all think these fucking Vikings you niggas look up to was really at home raising they fucking kids, son? These niggas was in the sea. No fucking kid, you might see your dad like 3 times out the year. Outside of that, that nigga is gone. That nigga is gone. There was always a child that was questionable too. Ain't nobody really know if that was your dad's child or not. Nobody. Daddy was gone. Daddy. Scotty. Shout out to Austin Powers. Hey, dads was at war like shit. Fucking me. Ain't no fucking dad was just, whose excuse to duck that war was just, I got kids and I gotta be at home because my kids need a father. Bitch, if you don't get out there and go to war, but I'm a daddy and I need, nah nigga, daddy was out there to fight. Daddy had come home in a pine box. For real. Shit, you go back in the 50s, daddy wasn't there neither. He just made the money and gave it to your mom. No fucking dad in the house. That was your mom. Dad worked at the Chrysler plant. Your dad worked at the manufacturing plant in Gary, Indiana. That nigga pulled a 12-hour shift, then he had a second job. You don't remember that? Daddy wasn't there. Fuck was there? Your mom. So your dad had 2 jobs. Your mom used to brag about the shit. Man, my man got 3 jobs. That nigga ain't never there. Your dad come home at 1 in the morning and he sleep until 4 in the morning because he got to get to work at 5 in the morning and he right back at the shit. Daddy. All these tech jobs though, a lot of daddies are just there. Like they just be there. Like me, I'm making a living online. I'm there like shit. I get money from you niggas. Fuck, I gotta go out. I don't gotta go to war. I don't gotta go work at Gary, Indiana, at the manufacturer. I could just be here. Oh, ain't shit, you know. Shit. I'm an online nigga. But it wasn't always like this. Before there was such a thing as your audience pays your bills, niggas had to get out there and work. Niggas had to get out there and work 2, 3 jobs. Some of y'all grandparents, they may have worked 1 job, but they were gone all fucking day. Shit, that one job? Shit. You think them niggas mining coal was da-day? Da-day? Nah, nigga, they underground like 10 hours out the day, son. They don't even see sunlight, son. Real shit. Since I brought up coal, shout out to West Virginia. Shout out to West Virginia, coal mining. Coal still popping right now too. It's just that a lot of places, West with the shit they doing, the miners out there now, most of their coal goes to China. It's not even for here type shit. Like it's going across seas, export. Scotty doesn't know. I'm a bloody Scotsman. Look at me, I'm a Scotsman. I know what you know. Check your tongue, check your chat. Scott, don't do the Ireland, do it Scotland. Scot or arse. That's like a whole nother word, arse. You mean ass? I'd be like, arse, kick me arse. I got drunk and got me arse kicked. You'd be like, oh, you got your ass kicked. Like, do they teach all that in school? Does the English teacher just say arse? Does she write that on the chalkboard? Arse. Is that why y'all know to say it? Or is it just a social thing? Do y'all say arse and spell it ass? Or are we wrong? Is it not ass and is it arse? At this point, I have more questions than answers, and I'm left to deduce that no one speaks proper English at all. No one, anywhere. I was working on my Scottish accent. Where Tyrone at? Tyrone, you seen this shit? What's that new series everybody hyping up that happened out there in Scotland? The Outsider, the Highland. Tyrone, you know this shit. Everybody pick. I got a show. I started watching this shit too, but I stopped. The Outlander. Is it the Highlander? With the English chick, and she was with the Scot. She was in England was. And England was all like, yo, nah, you an English woman. Like, why are you with a Scot? And the Scot was all like, oh, what are you, her daddy? You're not her daddy. And then the Irish dude that they had in there, he was like a scammer and a drunk. Like, but it took place like everybody, what this shit called, man? That Highlander? That shit weird, man. But I had to stop watching that shit. Everybody giving that shit rave reviews. The English, yeah, the Outlander. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, she fell in love with the Scots. She traveled back in time at a time when Scotland was beefing with England. Yeah, with the Jacobite clan. Like when Scotland was ruled by clans. Shout out to Scott, man. That show made the English look bad. I don't even know what it is. Didn't the one dude, Randall? I stopped watching it when Randall. Yo, that shit was mad. Yo, I was disturbed. Like the English dude, he started beating the Scott dude back. He beat the fuck out with the whip and had him tied. Then the nigga, he got caught trying to save his wife. And then he was in like this dungeon. And the dude, yo, the English dude, like he was like, the other dude was trying to rape his wife. The bitch got raped like 3 times. Like, what the fuck? Like, she traveled back in time. Like, she's all on some I'm every woman shit. On some modern woman shit. I'm like, bitch, you in Scotland. This like the 1400s. You in Scotland. All that women's rights shit ain't gonna do nothing but get you raped. She gonna walk her bow-legged ass out. I'm gonna made you. She gonna walk her ass out there at the forest and shit. Doing this shit here. Like some Englishmen with some red coats. They caught the bitch. They was like, And then, you know, her husband tried to run up to her. And then the dude held him at gunpoint, and then he unzipped. He tried to rape the guy. I was like, oh my goodness. Then the Scottish dude, he was mad because he was telling her, he was like, yo, I don't know where the fuck you from, but you need to listen to me. I am your man. I am your husband. She was all like, nah, equality. And she kept getting raped. Like, that shit was weird. I was like, oh, that's some shit. I feel like that type of shit would really happen too. Like, they was raping bitches out there on them hills. Like, if you didn't listen to your husband and you was out there on some women's rights shit and just dolo, yeah, man, you gonna run across some unruly gentlemen and they gonna try to have their way with you. It was weird. That shit was weird. She got raped like 3 times. And I stopped watching it when he got raped. I was like, oh, fuck no. The English dude was all like, oh, yeah. He was like, spare my wife. Spare my wife. And the nigga Randall, he was like, spare your wife, and then what? You can take me. Take me instead. I said, I'm done. I am done. I think, oh, hell no, you freaky Englishman. I'm so fucking done. Yeah, I couldn't finish watching that shit, but everybody hyping that shit up. Like, man, that shit is nasty. Did you get those tires from Tire Rack? Fuck no. What up, McNasty? McNasty in the building. You already know what time it is. I was watching it. Shout out to the Scots though. I like how they put the bagpipe on everything. They'll remix anything with the bagpipe playing in the background. Then they'll rock the shit out of skirt too. They got the jank, the skirt. They'll go to war on the skirt. They don't give a fuck. They were wearing skirts. We call it skirt. I don't know what to call it. It's not a skirt. They don't call it a skirt, but it is a skirt. Like, they went hard in their skirts. Real shit. BG, you familiar with the hurdy-gurdy? No. They said I was watching a program yesterday. They said the kilt. My bad, Scots people. The kilt. I ain't even call y'all shit a skirt, but it's a skirt. They call it a kilt though. Like on some cultural shit. Like on some Jacobite shit. Like on the Jacobats. Yeah, the kilt. They hit you with their kilt. They'll play the bagpipe at your fucking funeral after they kill you. They'll fucking stab the shit out of you. Like, he got into it with the one dude, the Jacobite dude, he got into it with the McCoy clan. Like, he got into it, they start stabbing the shit. And then the English caught him slipping. No way out! The English popped up and there, all you seen was red coats everywhere. Get out of here! It was like he was leading the rebellion. They would hunt down the people leading the rebellion in Scotland against the English. Get out, they got us trapped! Man, all you seen was one red coat, he rapped this shit. Bam! Nigga, he started busting. I said, damn, niggas try to bust back. And they shot the shit out of him. I was like, damn, these niggas, these fucking English ain't playing with y'all. Ooh, ooh yeah, ooh yeah, ooh, ooh. Shout out to Gary, Indiana. I think it makes more sense to wear the skirting battle because they're doing hand-to-hand combat and you can move better. I don't know, man, because the English had trousers and they got shit cracking, so I don't even know. Oh, what was I saying about Ireland? Oh yeah, I seen somewhere Ireland is like one of the richest European nations, but everybody wants to fucking leave. Like all the young people want to leave Ireland, even though Ireland is like, they did something with the taxes. Like they lowered it to the point that a lot of businesses like Microsoft wanted to move out there. And that kind of gave them, like, they used to be real poor as a country, but once the whole European Union shit and the trading and the taxes, and then they brought in jobs. But then they was like, the housing market out there ain't shit. Like people, I don't know how much was propaganda, but the dude showed like this long line, and it looked like a go vote line, but that was just people waiting to see an apartment that was up for rent. I was like, damn. I was like, oh goodness. Man, it's like Italy is yeah, just letting houses go for $1. Cause they just trying to get people in there. Like a lot of like YouTubers and videographers go to Italy, take pictures, but ain't nobody really moving there. Ain't nobody, all the young people leaving. Like they old as fucking Italy now. They try and get people, they like, yo, you get the house $1, you gotta put 30,000 in renovations in it. I was like, damn. Man, it's like big tech doing something. I feel like Europe in general is like kind of falling behind because India is doing this thing, China been getting cracking, and Africa on the up and up. So a lot of businesses are moving to places like Ethiopia. And then too, labor just cheap as fuck too. So there's more places being built up. I feel like Europe is just going to be one of those things where you look back on it in the future. Like you look back on it from the future and you like, yo, remember Europe had its glory days? Yeah, son. Like how I'm talking to y'all about what happened. Like that's how they're gonna be talking about Europe, like in the fucking, it just switch, it switch, shit switches, shit switches. Don't at me neither. You ever seen Braveheart? I did before I knew what to look for in it. Like I really didn't know nothing if you don't know shit when you watching Braveheart, you just, oh, Braveheart. You kind of put some pieces together, even though people, it's not accurate. But you can kind of get a gist, especially if you got something against the English. You can kind of get a little gist. You know, it give you a little bit of ammo to use against the, you know. England was just hot. It was their time. They had colonies everywhere. The crown was doing good. The people, you know, shit was going good. They won a lot of battles. They beat the Spaniards back. The Spanish tried to went up there fucking around. You know, they destroyed, well, the English naval fleet plus bad weather destroyed the fucking Spanish Armada, you know, but that pretty much, because Spain used to be it. But, and the English did that, Spain lost a footing on their colonies, and that's when the English moved in. Like in the name of Protestantism and shit. So, I mean, like, but you see, every dog has his day. No outside force took England down. England took England down. Y'all just call it the American Revolution. I don't know why they call it the American Revolution and not the Civil War. They call the Civil War between the North and the Confederates a Civil War, but the shit between those English they just call an American Revolution, when it was really a Civil War. It's not like the English were fighting a bunch of French. They were fighting English. You know? But, man, shout out to Scotland, though. What's up? What y'all want to talk about? Whatever I want to talk about, because I really don't care what y'all want to talk about. But go ahead, shoot. We will supply the heroes and villains. Albert 33 Pike. Man, fuck Albert Pike. I read his dumbass book, Morals and Dogma. Shout out to Albert Pike. Fuck that nigga. And you know who else was lame as fuck? Not Anton LaVey. Anton LaVey was a comedian. Aleister Crowley. Yeah, he was just lame as fuck. Aleister Crowley didn't know what the fuck he wanted to be. He grew up Christian, then he went into rebellion. He was like a little Christian set. It was like an offshoot, some shit. Christians would be like, yo, Crowley's parents, they weren't, like, they was on some strict shit, like all sin, like they were really on, like it was a radical set. I forget what they call it. Radical Protestant set. But yeah, Crowley grew up under that shit. And then he an Englishman too. He grew up in England. That England shit weird, man. Oh, you English are weird. That's how I tell you, because y'all gotta claim y'all got Crowley. You know, before he came to America, it was on that bullshit. And then he was just gay as fuck. Like he fell in love with one of his like classmates or some shit. Then he got a wife, and then he had a kid and was like, fuck that kid. Then he got into like I forget what the cult thing was, but he was into the dark arts. Then he met this jank and took her to Egypt, where he spoke a spell to her. And the bitch was like, I see Horus. And Crowley got mad because he felt like she was playing him. Because he was like, I've been doing all these dark arts and I haven't had no visions. So he felt some type of way. He was like, point to me which god on the wall. Like, he was like, which one came to you? And she pointed to Horus. And he was like, fuck. But as Crowley, Aleister Crowley, in his old age, he remarried, had a kid, and then he was like, I mean, he was kind of on some this is what's really important type shit. And nigga was dying. When you start dying, when you know death is coming, man, you start getting, man, all that occultic shit, man, people start changing. People, they'll be like, yo, I'm trying to get right with God type shit. Like, Aleister Crowley was LARPing. He was bitch made too. He wasn't really letting people be like, oh, Aleister Crowley, the evilest man. Like, he was bitch made. Yeah, Crowley wasn't really having visions and content. Like he got mad. Like he wrote the shit. Like he was writing his shit. Like he got locked up, and a lot of people became fans of his because they were reading his works and shit, and the shit he was trying to do, but he didn't really go through it. He didn't really have visions and shit. He couldn't. He was just, yeah, a grifter. You know? The same people think, like when you read about some of these evil men in history, like people will look at Joseph Smith and be like, he was never contacted by God or an angel. But then look at somebody like Aleister Crowley. He was evil. He summoned demons. Nah, that nigga was just a faking Joseph Smith. He ain't see none of that shit. He wasn't really contacted by demons and given knowledge and of sex magic. He was just a homosexual, weird little English nigga. That's it. Didn't have no fucking vision. Nah, hell no. Nigga was just a fucking weirdo. Fucking weirdo. Man, that's a two-way street. Luciferians be grifting like shit, talking about they get messages from Lucifer. They be lying like shit too. Y'all think it's just a one-way street? Man, them niggas be full of shit too, man. Them niggas ain't really talking to spirits like talking about. But he took a photograph of himself with a one-armed pillow on his head. How's that not legit? Man, shout out to Aleister Crowley. He was just a little weird homosexual ass nigga. Rebelling against the religion of his upbringing. He just wanted to have sex with whoever and whatever for any reason. I'll tell you another weird nigga. The nigga Casanova. The people be like, when you get girls, and people like, ooh, you a regular Casanova. Man, Casanova was weird as fuck. Casanova, he was banging his daughter. Casanova slept with any and everybody, son. Real shit. He had so many fucking kids. Like, he re-met a kid and then banged and was like, oh shit, with my daughter. Ooh. Well, you go read up on Casanova like that, man. That shit weird. He was banging his art teeth, all types of shit. Shit was just extremely weird. Little freak nasty motherfuckers, man. Wasn't Aleister Crowley related to George Bush? It don't even matter. Aleister Crowley was just Aleister Crowley. A fake. He was just a fake. He has no fucking power. No fucking power. He was a Ellen G. White, just on the opposite side. Lying and shit. Shout out to Barbara Bush. I just ate some brambleberries. Are you related to Steve Harvey? It's possible. Shout out to Gary, Indiana. Daddy, am I related to Stephen Harvey? Just a little bit. Maybe my DNA kit will tell me a little bit about my lineage. Maybe just a little bit related to Stephen Harvey. Better watch out for that Mormon Mafia. Man, fuck the Mormon Mafia. They ain't gonna do shit but smile at you. They gonna catch up to you. They gonna catch you slipping at a Circle K. And they don't do shit. They kill you with kindness. They kill you with kindness. They ain't gonna do shit but catch you slipping at a Wawa and offer to buy you something. Oh, overly nice ass motherfuckers. They don't get it wrong. They buying shit, but they on some other shit. They own more land than Bill Gates. The matter of fact, the Mormon, the Jesus Christ Church of Latter-day Saints, more than likely they're going to be the final boss in the zombie apocalypse battles. They are zombie apocalypse ready. They already got all the land. They got people too. They got numbers. Them niggas move in silence. Them and the Quakers. Yeah. Shit, that's who we getting ready, man. We gonna have to navigate. Yeah, son. Cause them niggas, when they get on the offensive, y'all think the Jews or something. Man, shit, man, stop playing, man. Them fucking Quakers out there ain't playing. People, what's a Quaker? What's a Quaker? Y'all looking up the wrong shit. They don't call themselves Quakers. They're called the Society of Friends. They call each other friend. Hey, friend. He's a friend. That's called. That mean that they're saying that religion. They view God in different ways. Some have a more esoteric definition of what God is. Some type of shit you just can't grasp. They got many names for it. They have a meetup on the Appalachian mountaintop. Every fucking year, like 30,000 Quakers descend on this fucking mountaintop for a week. Moving shit. They in government positions. They all over the fucking place. Shout out to the Society of Friends. Hit you with Book of Mormon. Shit, hit me with the Golden Tablet. Man, what y'all want? Y'all ain't talking about nothing interesting. What y'all want? Y'all want to talk about some current shit that's going on? Yeah, shout out to the Mormons, man. And shout out to the Friends. Shout out to the Society of Friends, aka Quakers. I ain't got no problem, you know. The Island Boys be weird. The current sheet, more patriot, mounting up to Transformers. I want to see the Transformers Beast Wars movie. But yeah, man, shout out to the Patriots that's mounting up right now, man. Fuck it ain't mounting up about? Fuck going on? What the fuck is happening out there in the real world? I've been out here in the fake world. I don't know what the fuck going on. Mormonism is a lot like Islam in their theology. Surprise. Mormonism is weirder than Islam. I bullshit you not. Like between Islam and Mormonism, yo, Mormonism takes the fucking cake. I bullshit you not. Go read the Book of Abraham. You don't believe me? They got extra books. You know when people say, oh, the Book of Enoch, the Catholic Church took it, even though it was never a part of canon, it was never like the book, the Apocrypha. I wonder why those people don't consider the Book of Abraham or anything else the Mormon Church or the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Like, how come that shit's not a part of the truther sphere? Like, how come they just don't read that shit and put it? The Catholic Church doesn't want you to read the Book of Abraham because it's Mormon, but it belongs to, I wonder, like, people just cling to the Book of Enoch and shit. Even though you got all this extra shit added by other churches and shit, Like, yo, you read that shit too? They'd probably read the Book of Mormon, the Book of Abraham, and be like, it doesn't belong in the Bible. I'm like, why not? You said the Book of Enoch belonged in the Bible. Enoch didn't write the Book of Enoch. It's because the prophet didn't write that. I was like, man, that's what they said. There's nobody from biblical times write this Book of Abraham shit neither. Mormon shit just weird. They just smile at you. You be like, yo, your prophet. Joseph Smith was the prophet, but he engaged in having multiple wives. So Joseph Smith was like the first prophet, but in the late 1800s, it's like they banned the practice of plural wives. And then you like, yo, your original prophet had plural wives. Like, who are you after him? He's the one that taught the Moroni. Like, he was contacted by the angels. Who is Brigham Young or any of the fucking prophets they got now to just change up what Joseph Smith did? And then they're like, well, that's like how Christians would be like, yeah, Jesus said no homosexuals will enter the kingdom of heaven. And then you deciding as a follower of Jesus and acknowledging Jesus as a prophet to just be like, oh, well, Jesus got that wrong and homosexuals will enter the kingdom of heaven. And you're just like, what? And then calling the people who believe homosexuals will not enter the kingdom of heaven fundamentalists. And saying, oh, they're not mainstream Christians. They believe homosexuals. It's fucking weird, man. How y'all gonna turn on y'all own prophet like that? Fucking weird. It's fucking weird. They just smile. They gonna smile at you though. You can't argue. They just gonna smile at you. They don't want to talk about that shit. They real nice. They gonna bake you something good too. They can cook. They can cook. They done went to the temple and got sealed. He got his wife. They done got sealed. You gonna have multiple wives up there in the celestial heights. You get you a planet too. Not me though, because I got black skin, and that mean I'm cursed. Yeah, Brigham Young was on that shit. Y'all second prophet. So how the Mormons can just come out now and be like black people are not cursed? Nah, nigga, I'm still cursed. Keep it 100. Keep it true. Don't just smile in my face. Nah, nigga, just knock on my door. I open the door. Hey, how's it going? You're fucking cursed! You're fucking cursed! You're going to hell! Nah, nigga, that's what they should be doing. All that overly nice shit, like, nah, nigga, Brigham Young wasn't on that shit. Nah, some real shit. That's like people be like, oh, okay, Christian. You be like, yo, God sent his only son to die for your sins. But then later being like, oh, no, that didn't happen. That's not what happened. You be like, well, what the fuck happened? You be like, well, our views on that have changed. You're like, wait a fucking minute. So God didn't send his son to die for your sins. You're like, no, we don't believe that no more. You'd be like, what the fuck? You'd be like, yo, what the fuck? Who? Nah, nigga, the Mormons should, I respect Mormons more if they just looked at niggas and was like, yo, y'all a cursed lot. And y'all will not enter the kingdom of heaven. That's some respectable shit right there. But just to change up the fundamentals of your fucking religion from the prophet that started it? How dare you try to recreate and recorrect what Joseph Smith did? He was fucking 14-year-olds. Y'all should be fucking 14-year-olds too. 100. If your prophet did it, how come you can't do it? I'm not a Mormon. These are questions for Mormons. You should be able to, as a Mormon, marry other men's wives, just like Joseph Smith did. He married other men's wives. These bitches were already married. He is the founder of your religion, Mormonism. It was renamed the Jesus Christ Church of Latter-day Saints, yada, yada, yada. It sounds better. How the fuck y'all just gonna change up and be like, nah, Nah. This shit, mind blown, right? Nah, nigga, go man. Don't call the Mormons that still practice the Joseph Smith style Mormonism. Don't call them niggas fundamentalists. That's mainstream Mormonism. You mainstream, or y'all the weird ones. They keeping it true to the retarded nigga that started the shit. That shit respectable. They're marrying 14-year-olds. So, Joseph Smith did it. The minute you are forced to answer for what the prophet that started your religion did and his ethics, then maybe it's time you question the foundation of your religion. I don't know. I'm just thinking, maybe. All I'm saying is, I really don't think a lot of Christians would consider themselves to be followers of Jesus if Jesus was marrying other men's wives and had like 40 wives and got into a shootout. Nigga couldn't even shoot straight. That nigga Joseph Smith was shooting the gun like Owen Benjamin was, with his elbows out. That's why he bust back, but he was missing. They was at Joseph Smith's neck. They bust at it. He was in jail. He was about to go to jail or some shit like that. Like, oh. His homie was in there. It was like, yo, they outside. So Joseph Smith was like, man, say less, nigga, holding the shit like this. I was like, no wonder you got hit up. They shot that nigga out the window. They still got the gun Joseph Smith had in the museum. I don't think, you know. You know, you can't pull the shit that they do with Muhammad and say it was a whole different culture. These Mormon niggas was American. This shit happened in the 1800s, not the year 700. Y'all can't even pull the same excuse. It's the same God. No, the fuck it's not. There were people would be like, yo, Muslims and Christians, it's the same God. Then when you gotta raise your hand on some shit, you be like, Muslims and Christians have the same God. If I know Gary and Gary has a son, and that person over there I don't know says he knows Gary, but Gary does not have a son, we're probably not talking about the same Gary. That's all I'm saying. It's not the same Gary. Somebody wrong as fuck. Either Gary's a fucking liar, or that person knows a Gary, but it's not the Gary you know. Hence, you do not know the same Gary. You know, the same Gary. Nah, Gary got a son. They like, nah, Gary don't got a son. Yeah, Gary dolo as fuck. Like, well. Oh, okay, my bad. It was a miss. We not talking about the same Gary. Back on what y'all want to talk about today, man? Science came from people who love, man, shout out to science, man. Shout out to science. Poor Jim. Man, it's not the same Gary. It's not, I guarantee you, Gary show, they be like, oh no, I ain't even talking about him. They be like, oh, all right, my bad, it was a misunderstanding, dog. It was a misunderstanding. With Neil deGrasse Garage. Shout out to Neil deGrasse. I'm just sitting here wondering, all of our ancestors, you got the Polynesians, nobody did that sea life like the Polynesians did. Not the Vikings, not the people who ended up in Australia. I'm talking about, like, nobody documented the edge of the earth. None of our ancestors, it's not on any cave paintings. Where the fuck is the corner? How come you can leave California and go straight to Japan? And then from Japan, you get to Korea, which China, you go through Middle Asia, Turkmenistan and all that weird shit. Then you keep going, you're gonna hit Greece. Keep going, you're gonna hit France. Keep going, you're gonna hit Virginia. Keep going, 3,000 miles later, you right back in California. Where the fuck the edge at? Where's the flat? Where's the edge? Do we immediately teleport to the other side? You know they consider New Zealand to be Europe's offshore ranch. There's more cattle there than people. But New Zealand is about as low as you can fucking go. Either from the west to the east, from the east to the west. You just gonna keep going around in circles. No one documented that shit. In South Africa, they got something called Adam's calendar. You go look it up. The Africans did that shit. It was the Aboriginal Australian niggas. They still got their literature written on caves and shit. Like, they know what their ancestors was up to. Nobody ancestors, not the Mayans, the Aztecs, the Hawaiian, nobody wrote of just that falling off the fucking edge, or there being an edge, or there being a point of, there's like a model, but it's no fucking edge. Where the fuck do you go? Like, yo, where the fuck do you go? And what the fuck is keeping the water from flowing off the edge of the earth? Could it be gravity? But a lot of flat earthers don't believe in gravity. So there's no gravity. So what the fuck is keeping the water? They could be lying, but they saying the sea levels are rising. How the fuck is that possible? There's walls. How come no one has documented the wall? Where is the wall? No one has seen it. How come no flat earther has an image of this fucking wall? Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the horizon. You can take a P900 camera and you can see a sailboat just disappearing, but as you zoom in with the P900 camera, you can bring, man, fuck the ocean. The sky clock. The sun is the most blaring example. How come the sun, it doesn't get smaller as it goes away? It stays the same size and just kind of ducks off. And you can't bring that bitch back with a P900 camera. The helicopter agreed with me. I'm telling them, okay, it's two of you now. I paid my child support. I paid that shit. Tell Samantha to go check again. Y'all should have got, I paid it early this month. Right. Alright, just making sure. Man, go tell, how come when I'm out this bitch and I see the sun going the fuck away, Jessica, she like, oh yeah, the sun out over this bitch. I'm like, yo, it's dark over here. You ain't nothing but 3,000 miles, that bitch. I can't get a P900 camera and zoom the sun back in. It don't get smaller as it goes away. That bitch is obviously going somewhere. And no amount of zoom can bring the sun back. What fucking ice wall is keeping the four corners of the earth, north and south, you got poles. I fucking get it. An ice wall could be there, but what the fuck is containing the sea from east to west? How the fuck you just go from California to New Zealand? All our ancestors that traveled this bitch, no one documented it. If anybody would know about it, it'd be the Polynesians. What the fuck is keeping the water on this thing we call Earth? Get the bitch flat. Whether it's pancake or got four corners. It's like, do you have to double down on the gravity shit, or you just kind of making it, you just like, oh, this, a dome? Who the fuck, none of our ancestors seen the fucking, where does the dome start and stop? If it's ground level, somebody would have seen it and written that shit on the cave fucking wall. All that shit that they got written in the fucking pyramids, and ain't none of that shit in there. Nobody documented this phenomena. They're like, yo, you go too far west, you gonna hit that, yo, it's something. Yo, that shit mad wild, son. It's like a fucking wall, but it's not. And it's like keeping the water from falling off the fucking edge. Yeah, how come no fucking ancient Egyptians or none of these other ancient civilizations just kind of scribbled the instructions on how to deal with that shit on a fucking wall? There's no books on that shit. Like, one of the most important discoveries of man for our ancient ancestors, they just felt there's no need to document this weird shit right here. But they gonna document a fucking grass blade in Ireland some fucking where? The fuck out of here, man. No. Fucking fuck out of here, man. Shout out to the flat earthers, man. I'm fucking with, I don't want no problems. I don't want no problems, man. I can't possibly be since Mount Everest and the Grand Cave that you chose. Pancakes are not flat, that are round. They're round, but the description of the surface is flat. Yeah, flat is just the description of the surface. That's why you'll often hear me ask, what's under this bitch? Shit, that's why I asked what's under this bitch. Kansas is flatter than a pan. Shout out to Kansas, man. Drew. Wait a minute, Drew? Drew, why you ain't locked up, man? Hold on, wait, that is Drew. Drew, get back here. How come you not somewhere doing 25 to life? No, don't just waltz in here like you not supposed to be locked up. Did you break out? I'm gonna report your ass. Let me find out you broke out. I've been waiting on somebody to tell on too. Nah, real shit, how your trial going? Ain't you about to do some time, ain't you? Faith, get Drew a yogurt. I'll have court in November. Man, yo, everybody, you about to do some time, boy, the way you was talking. The way you were crying on the other broadcast, I was like, man, go in that bitch wearing white. Wear white boxers, white socks, white undershirt. It get cold in jail. They keep in jail. They keep the temperature at like 20 degrees all year round, every day. Cold as fuck. And the only color clothing you can have in there is white. Cause they don't want no gang people just run all with having nigga. If it ain't white, you gotta put that shit in your personal package and send it home. World War III could happen before November, before jail drew. World War III with who? Ain't no World War III. There was never a World War I. That was just Europe showing the fuck out. And then, Japan got dragged. Japan got, Asia got dragged because it was certain colonies. Europe isn't just Europe. European countries had colonies, other places that sometimes were forced to kind of, it's just like the British. Yeah, they practically owned India. And India sent like 1 million soldiers for the British to just command in the World War. It was, I mean, Great Britain don't even got juice like that no more. It's due to the Civil War, which led to the creation of America, or so they say. But yeah, man, well, that shit was just straight Europe. It wasn't a whole bunch of countries like, oh yeah, this is my time. You ain't see, you ain't see Eritrea like, oh yeah, this is the time to get it. Abyssinia, Ethiopia right now. This shit was Europeans was up there set tripping on each other. That's all it was. Shit wasn't even all that. The Europeans, they just made it all that. Like, it wasn't even nothing. Ain't nobody, you damn sure ain't about to go to war now. Yeah, fucking war. Shit bringing out. War of Independence, not the Civil War. Man, that shit was a Civil War like shit. No fucking independence. This shit, when you think, the more you think about this shit, you like, yo, the Redcoats fought the Redcoats. It's just that the Redcoats were fighting, put on a different color coat. Shit's a civil war. Great Britain was not going to war with France. They didn't go to war with Spain. They didn't go to war with the Dutch. They did, but they weren't warring with Portugal. They were warring with English. Civil war. A civil war is when a group of people fight themselves. The Confederate States seceded from the Union, right? They seceded from the Union. Want to become their own country. In the North said, oh fuck no. So Abraham Lincoln mobilized the military on U.S. soil. And y'all call that a civil war. Because it was the same people fighting each other, right? Okay then, it looks like the Revolutionary War was really a civil war. The same fucking people were fighting themselves just from different parts of the world. Nigga, that shit was civil. That shit was a civil war. You had redcoats take off their red coat and throw a middle finger up at their history, heritage, language, tradition, ancestors. Yeah, they said, fuck all that. Fuck my culture, fuck my heritage, fuck what my ancestors fought and died for. Because a lot of them died fighting Celts. Yeah, fuck all that. We just gonna be something different now. That's a civil war. That's what the South said. The South said, yo, y'all up there, y'all doing it. We gonna do our own thing. We gonna be something different now. Y'all still call that a civil war though? Nah, nigga, fuck that revolution, man. That shit was a civil war. That shit was the French wet dream. Great Britain taking its own self out. fuck out of here, man. Ain't nothing you need to do. Oh, man, I ain't trying to hear that shit. Tell that to somebody who don't fuck it up. Happy. What do you think? World wars are all white people? Eugenics? I tell you what, eugenics wasn't started in the South for Negroes. Eugenics was started in the North. Was a nigga, the nigga named Davenport. What's his name? He was a cousin to Charles Darwin. I forget his name. But he's not the first person to mention it, but he spearheaded this shit, popularized it, and eugenics was started for white people by white people. Real G shit. Real G shit. The Protestants hated the Catholics. Alright? Religion has a hell of a role in this shit. Whether y'all want to believe it or not. Protestants and Catholics, they was at each other top. The Orthodox niggas, they was back east eating popcorn watching this shit. They was like, ooh. Shit was going in. It was too many fucking... And then it was like, yo, white people weren't even like white people at the time. The whole white thing, that shit hadn't even gained popularity. It's just certain people was like, yo, we fucking different. So you had you had English scientists that kind of came up with like scientific, you know, then the shit became science. It was like, yo, the Scots, they're dogs compared to us. Like the Irish and Scots, they're fucking dogs. It was like, yo, the Italians? Have you seen them? They're fucking monkeys. They're less than the Negro. Real shit. They said that. They just divvied shit up. They were just like, oh, there's too many white people. We gotta, nah, nigga, we don't fuck with y'all like that. It just shit, man, that's why I don't even take the shit personal. It ain't even, nobody, like, people didn't like people in history. That's just, you know, the closer you were, it was personal. The further you got away, it became business. That's what Negroes were. Shit was business. Wasn't even personal for it. But for Europe, and certain, like the Spaniards and the Catholics, man, that shit was personal, son. They was like, nah, nigga, you niggas can't breathe. Matter of fact. Yeah, you niggas, yeah. Yeah, y'all need to fucking way. Jim Bob's part monkey. Man, they had every name in the world to call Italians at one point. The English did. And the Americans that were English. Man, that shit was like the worst of the worst. They categorized Europeans into 3 groups and said they different, measured skulls, did all that shit. Man, they had a caliper at the little girl nose and was like, yeah, you subhuman, bro. They was on one. Same skin color and everything. They'd call you subhuman. They was just on that type of time. Humanity goes through these things where it's like, yo, they do something and they're like, I don't know why we really. Then in another aspect, shit keep rolling. Shit keep rolling. And then the tides turn. The top dog, no longer on top. It's something else now. You know, and then the cycle continues. This shit that's been going on like that. People want to be better. They're going to be better. They called you, yeah, the Italians, never mind the fact that Italians took over most of the known world at one point. That doesn't matter at all. Yeah, fuck all the accomplishments and achievements. It's just they're monkeys now. Yeah. Yeah, fuck Rome's glory days. Fuck this. Fuck that. Nah, nigga, just, yeah, Great Britain, nigga. Yeah, they was set tripping. Yeah, I like, watch this shit like, ooh, okay. Watch this shit like. Does orange beef even have orange in it? She did. You get new boots, BG? Nah, nigga, the Beamer got new shoes. Tires, man. Go get your girl some tires. She wants tires. She just doesn't know it. You gotta get her some tires. If you don't know the basics, how can you make assumptions about anything in this realm? 40 on the little. Gotta get you some tires, man. Tires are a girl's best friend. Yeah, fuck a diamond. You ever, like, yo, you ever seen the tires on the minivan of a single mom? Then they got the nerve to be running commercials and shit. They go, Jared the jeweler, every kiss begins with K. Diamonds are forever. You be like, no, bitch. She needs some tires. Diamonds aren't gonna help her cart these badass kids around. Every kiss begins with K. Matter of fact, just propose to her with a tire. Fuck a diamond, man. The tire, be like, will you marry me? Oh, where's the ring? Be like, fuck a ring, bitch, I got this tire. Hold it like this, let her know you a man. Be like, I got this tire. This is a Cooper Evolution too. 255-55-18-109H. Right here. I notice your back left tire got the steel belt showing. Will you marry me? That's how real men propose. All this diamond and jewelry and kiss begins with K. Fucking bouquet of roses and shit. Hell no, get her some sway bar links. Get her some sway bar links. Like, what's this sway bar link? Cause when I was riding in your car, I noticed that shit was knocking when you were turning corner. That bit was knocking. But here go these sway bar links. Will you marry me? Why'd you get me sway bar link? Cause when we were in the middle lane, in between those two 18-wheelers, your shit was drifting like this. Fuck you mean? Bitch, you need to do sway bar bushings. Fuck you mean? Every kiss begins with K. Hell no. Get her some tires. You gotta hold that shit like this too. Forget marriage, it's outdated. Maybe the institution, but the concept of marriage along with its practice will never be outdated. You always gonna have a guy, it's just like, yo, it's the only woman for me. You always gonna have people over it. People don't wanna, dating is outdated. You ain't realize that? You don't notice that shit? Yo, dating is just outdated. You're shopping yourself around, trying to see who will not throw up at the smell of your farts. Like, yo, you fart when you wake up in the morning. But here you are dating around, nobody. Alright, I'm out. Nah, nigga, you trying to see who gonna be there for it. That shit, man, that dating shit, that shit get old real quick. That shit played out. You like, yo, who put up, I got temperamental things going on. Like, I ain't even in it just to be dating the fuck around. That shit, the older you get, the more I'm dating sounds childish. You've been supposed to have somebody, if not 3 somebodies. Get 3 wives. I don't give a fuck how many wives you get. That shit will never go, that shit will never be outdated. I promise you that. And get all them bitches tires too. That you gonna need 3 sets of tires for 3 wives. Because I guarantee you the steel belts are showing on all those tires. Change the oil. Now you gotta get her tires. This is one of those times where the performances that women notice performance differences. Women aren't really on the preventative maintenance mindset. So you can change the oil in her car, but that's not nothing she could feel going down the highway. Get her some tires. She gonna feel a difference. She be like, oh, it's cloudy. Oh my God. Then she got the pussy get wet. It get wet. That's why it get wet. That shit be like spring or what? You be like, damn, it be. And they get rid of that shit that start going splat. Don't go chasing waterfalls. When she get the grip in that steering wheel, she be like, oh, this drive so down. Oh, and the TLC song called Don't Go Chasing Waterfall. That's how that baby we feel, baby. You gonna have it. You come with this shit wet, and you got it in the pain, you be like, damn, it's splotchy. Man, get her some tires. I'm telling you real shit. Listen to me. This need to be on the manosphere. Oh darn, my apologies. You were right. Jury duty is funny. Yeah, me and my wife watching it now. The judge from Jury Duty, he looks just like Judge Billows, my sentencing judge. I bullshit you. He looked just like Judge Billows. That's what made me take note. She put it on, and I was sitting there on the phone. I was on the jack, and I seen him. I seen the judge, and I was like, yo, that's Judge Billows. So I started watching. And then the dude who played Scott from X-Men was in it and all that shit. And then the dude, he built like a seat using, like he had a seat chair. Like it was like legs. Like, man, that shit was funny. It's funnier than The Office. I tell you that much. Yeah, we watching that shit though. It's y'all funny. I couldn't just get mad because I can't take court shows. Because I've been to court. I know a court field. Court makes my underarms sweat. So I was like, nah, I don't even want to watch nothing having to do with court. None of that shit. That shit make, you didn't see the court, you see images of a courtroom and it make your underarms sweat. And when you know you got that PTSD. You got that PTSD. You know. That shit had you feeling like Drew right now. I guarantee you, Drew see a courtroom, his underarms start sweating. He looking at 25 to life. He don't know what they gonna do to him when he go in that courtroom. That shit is unlimited anxiety. That shit, just the thought of going to court in November like Drew, that shit giving me a migraine. You know what's fucked up when you get that migraine and it's at the back of your shit? Some people had a front migraine. The joint at the back, that shit prevents you from laying down. You just gotta stand up and take it. You be like, hell no, I got a migraine like shit. I'm about to go down. That shit funny though. I only seen like the first two or three episodes. You are sick, bro. Who's sick? Nah, I'm good. I ain't sick. I'll put real ones in your box. The dude, Matt Mosher, he never hit me up. Other people hit me up on the emails. Matt Mosher didn't. I was trying to send Matt Mosher some oak wood so he could see the light. He out there using cedar. But instead of getting on my high horse and being all judgy, which I will do, I was like, yo, I'm going to go ahead and help you. I'm going to send you some shit. He ain't even hit me up. It's like, nigga, you out there using cedar. No one does that. Matter of fact, that's not even recommended. Yo, cedar and pine, those are the two types of wood you do not cook with. Let alone smoke meats with. You'd be better off on like an open flame with the food and you got that shit, you know. But just to smoke, fuck no. Now I'm trying to hook them up. You ain't even hit me up. Shit. Shout out to CJ. Women only add salt. Nah, marriage ain't going nowhere, man. Big Diamond won't let it. Are you kidding me? You know how profitable marriage is for the state? When you go get your marriage certificate, that shit, you enter a contract. Not between you, God, and your spouse. No. You, your spouse, and the state. If you look further into it, you can see that the fruit your marriage produces, which could be considered your kids, belong to the state. That's why the state has the authority to divvy up the financial aspect of your relationship. But if the state didn't have that power, then the men wouldn't give us any. Niggas didn't even have a chance to see what they would do if the state wasn't involved. Damn, a lot of people got heart. A lot of they ain't just gonna see you out there struggling, woo. A lot of the times the kids, a lot of men had like this shit, the relationship is directly tied between the kids and the mom according to their mom and the standard that the mom sets. Which is why you may see some men, they get into another relationship where they live with the woman and they have a kid, and you as a mom, you be like, damn, how come he treating that kid better than the kid he had with me? Well, that's because that kid is in the house with him. What the fuck else you want him to do? That's how that shit works. It's the principle. But state is involved, be like, oh yeah, whoa, child support, boom. Get you. She put your name on it a little bit like that. Get TANF benefits, TANF. Get SNAP benefits. All types of shit. They like, yo, you gotta give us a name. You could put Bobby Brown on that bitch. They don't even give a fuck. You fucking around, put that man's name on that video. They gonna find that nigga. I don't give a fuck if the mafia put a hit out on that nigga and dumped his body at the bottom of the Hudson Bay, nigga. They gonna find that nigga and they gonna send him a bill. That nigga gonna have to pay back pay. He gonna be a dead bitch, but he gonna have to pay that back pay. He gonna have to pay that bitch. You gotta pay this. The government gonna find your ass. Child support enforcement will find you. You could be in the Swiss Alps. You gonna get that letter. You be like, damn, you read the letter, you like, damn, I'm dead as fuck. Did they not get? How do they not know? Like, I'm dead. Why the fuck they even still sending me mail? You be dead as shit talking about, trying to think like, yo, why the fuck are they sending me this? They really expect me to pay? Like, they expect you to pay. They expect niggas in prison to pay. They put you in jail for not paying. As like you can really make money in jail. They like, yo, you need to pay this. You be like, man, I ain't got this shit like that. Like, in jail. You know how the fuck I'm gonna pay y'all in jail? Where the fuck I'm gonna get money from in here? Niggas just be in jail like shit, owing some shit of money. The earth is a rectangle, monkey trap earth. Man, no one here has any ancestors that documented the phenomena of reaching the start of a dome structure, the start where the water should fall off the edge but doesn't, the phenomena where like the Polynesians just travel to and fro, hit up Malaysia, hit up the Philippines, Tongan, Samoan, Hawaii, New Zealand. No one, no ancestors have a record, and you know ancestors kept a record of some wild shit. They don't have a record of this shit. No edge of the fucking earth. No, none of that shit. Not the Mayans. I don't give a fuck who detailed a flat earth map. Who actually went out there and seen the shit and wrote about it on some Edgar Allan Poe shit. It was just like, yo, this shit right here, son. There's no hieroglyphs on it. All this ancient shit on earth right now. There's nothing about that on there. They just gonna leave that out. People be like, yo, Atlantis, Tartaria. I be like, none of these niggas document. There's no fucking template, map. There's nothing detailing that shit, man. But niggas believe in Atlantis. It was like, yo, Atlantis. Look, the Atlanteans. Atlanteans. Like, yo, how come these niggas didn't detail elaborately a phenomena like a fucking ice wall between New Zealand and California? They all documented it. Look at old maps. They didn't document shit. They drew a fucking map. Niggas wasn't drawing in 3D. Niggas couldn't even draw the fucking cube till like the 1800s. Of course this shit gonna be round and flat. Of course they're not gonna have a globe model. Look who charted this shit. Everybody from all walks of life who have chartered this fucking earth. And nobody wrote. I'm not talking about drawing a flat earth map where it's round. I'm talking about detailed this shit. Wrote about it in cave paintings. Like, yo, this shit right here, fuck that. You see what the Egyptians, do you know what's on the pyramid walls, nigga? Stories. Not one story and no type of text about a group of people actually being like, oh shit, we can't go any further. Like, yo, it's right here. Like, yo, we went out there, that shit was mad wild. Not no tribe, no and nothing. There's nothing. It's just a map that they may have drew that you call flat because flat is a description of a surface. That's it. All the fucking Eskimos and all the other people up there is never, that shit just, they don't know. They just like, yo, the ice wall side. Yo, we took like 33 Huskies and we mushed. And we mushed until we couldn't mush anymore. And guess what we seen? Fucking ice wall. Nigga, nothing. Where the fuck the mushers at? Matter of fact, where the flat earthers at? Man, fuck all that. When the sun sets where you are, wherever you are, take a P900 camera and try to zoom in on the sun and see if you can bring it back. Ooh, shit. Nah, y'all want to do this shit with sailboats, do it with the sun. I'll wait. Shout out to the Polynesians, man. Shout out to King Kamehameha. From Hawaii. They call it Hawaii. Shout out to the Maori tribe, indigenous to New Zealand. Shout out to New Zealand in general for having more fucking cows and sheep than people. New Zealand doesn't even have that much arable land. They just got some shit of sheep. They be herding like a motherfucker, you feel? I'm joking right now. I'm a comedian, so don't take this shit. Don't really think too deeply on this shit. Don't think about it like that. It's just surface level shit right here. This fish food. This fish food. This fast food. And that McDonald French fry is eternal though. You can't call that shit fast food. That bitch eternal. That bitch be lit a long time. If Judgment Day, the shit that happened in the Terminator Judgment Day happened today, the only thing that would be left for people in the future to find about today's time is a McDonald's French fry. That gonna be the only thing survive, and they gonna have to study that shit. Be like, what were these people like who lived during this era? They'll be like, oh. They gonna be in the future arguing about the same shit and wondering how come people who live today never documented the phenomena of reaching an ice wall or a dome where it starts in the ocean that contains the waters. Because it's not gravity. The fuck is keeping the water from falling off the edge? A dome! How come we haven't seen this shit? How come you can travel from California to New Zealand, from New Zealand to the Philippines, from the Philippines to Australia, and then make your way to India, and then go through South Africa, and be right the fuck back in Latin America, where you can go to California, and from California you can sail to Hawaii, Tonga, Samoa, and end up right back in New Zealand? There's no fucking obstruction. It's fucking stupid. These just jokes though. These savages in their cream, they gonna be studying the French fry. Y'all laugh at that McDonald's French fry. But you know good and hell well, those McDonald's French fries will be here longer than cockroaches. They say cockroaches survive anything. These fucking McDonald's don't nothing eat it. The bugs don't eat it. Possums don't even eat that shit. Mold don't want it. You know it bad when mold don't want the shit. Mildew don't want it. That shit, some of y'all dropped a fry in between your car seat and the center console 8 years ago. You cleaned out your car yesterday and found the fucking fry. That bitch looked the exact same way it did 8 years ago. Matter of fact, you could put that bitch in a box of new fries and wouldn't nobody know the difference. Bullshit you not, man. Stop playing. Stop fucking playing, man. In order to find out about us in this day and they're gonna have to study the McDonald's French fry. They're gonna be like, who built the interstate? They be like, I don't know, but this French fry could probably tell us a whole lot. Hey, that bitch under the microscope is gonna be a nigga with futuristic specs on. He gonna be looking at that bitch under some type of futuristic microscope. Like, these people had a fucked up diet. Get in here, Murphy. It's all I'm telling you, some real shit. Nico, your jokes and lines are as weak as your public school education. So we nigga, you got a public school education. How you gonna drop an indirect diss track on public school education and you got a public school education? Y'all just gonna shit on public schooling, huh? Y'all just gonna shit on the achievements of y'all ancestors like that? And the ideas that your forefathers had? I don't have a public school education, actually. Okay, Victor, all right, you got it. You got it, you got it. You got it. Public school education. People that are... Is this one of those things where you just, oh, I got a homeschool education? Is this going to be that binary thing where people look down on another group of people because of how, based on what they perceive that the world is doing with certain curriculums in public school? I guess, here we go again. See, it's the flip side. Y'all see it flip. Y'all see what I'm talking about when I'm like, one day there's a top dog, every dog has his day. Public school was the shit for a long time. Now, it's falling out of favor. Mark my words, it will go back in style. This is how these things go. Homeschool, public school. It's just gonna be a revolving door, man. revolving door, dog. Rush said it best. Government schools. Yeah, we just gonna shit on. We gonna shit on public schooling. Yeah, pull all your fucking everybody right now. Pull all your fucking kids out of public school right fucking now. Fuck the teachers, right? Fuck Samantha. Fuck the recovering crack addict Crystal. Fuck Barbara. Yeah, get all them bitches out their job. Them bitches don't need jobs. They don't need jobs. Yeah, just pull all your fucking kids, get them out the schools. Fucking get it. Fucking send them to wherever the fuck. Barbara and them don't need jobs. Yeah, a whole fucking industry. Just not even think about the ramifications. Let's not think past today and how we feel based on the shit that they are feeding us on TV. Yeah, let's just broad brush the whole fucking thing. The whole fucking thing. Fuck a Barbara. Fuck a Miss Holmberg. Fuck a Miss Jacqueline. Fuck a Miss Casey. Fuck a Miss Amelia. Fuck Miss O'Leary. That last one was personal. Fuck Miss O'Leary. Fuck, that was a 4th grade teacher. Fuck Miss Schweitzer. Yeah. Yeah, get all of them out of the job. Yeah. Affirmation. My kids are pushing 40 and I'm pulling them out this week. Faith, give Watachi a yogurt, please. Without public school, I would have never discovered my love for marijuana. Yeah, you would have. Because you online. You could have said that in like the 70s, 80s, maybe even the 90s. But kids be online like shit. Online is the new public school. You can homeschool your, both parents could be at home because for whatever reason, the man doesn't leave the house to go to work. And the woman is just, I got a job because my man has a job where other people pay our bills. You know, and raise your kids. They got internet access. They on the internet. You don't think they be watching shit. They be slide watching shit. I'm telling you some real shit. You don't think kids don't watch Joe Rogan and them niggas and want to experiment with DDT and them mushrooms and all other types of shit? They gonna bother you about going down to the rec center. You gonna be a helicopter parent? You don't want your kids to you just don't leave my sight. Huh? That's what you gonna do? Oh, they are kid, my kids be in the shit of some shit. Some new shit. Can't wait for Owen's kids to watch him. Man, listen, that's what I say about my kid. I know my people, I know they be like, damn. Like, Pop's wild, son. He talk that shit. But yo, that Owen shit, that's something else. I can explain this. Because it never left here. It didn't turn into activism. Huh? I don't have a gamma hive. Huh? I don't have a gamma hive. Yeah, they gonna have to navigate some shit. Some shitty shit. They gonna have to navigate some shitty shit. Matter of fact, Owen needs to pay me to teach him how to talk shit without creating a gamma hive. Fuck you mean? I should make a living doing this shit. These niggas don't know what they doing. Fucking gamma high, my gamma high. My gamma, I have a gamma high. Fucking get your kids see that shit, be like, damn, dad, you popped the finger in your butt like that, though. They be like, damn, dad. Yeah, who else knows about this? The world. They be like, damn. They be like, dad, what the fuck? It was when I was really young, and then the 9-year-old who learned it from his father, who learned it from a cat. They'd be like, dad, stop. You put me on camera when I was young. The world knows my face. They know I'm your child. Child abuse. I put your fucking kids online, you talk all that shit. Boy, you tripping. Bitches, you crazy? Kid gonna be like, yo, that's it. Your father? No, your father. Your father? Yo, your grandfather. They go, you go ahead, kid, they be like, yo, fuck your father. Nigga, your grandfather. They be like, yo, you Charlie? Shit. People have vanity babies and want to put their kids all online when all they do is talk shit online. That's why you don't see my fucking kids all up in the fucking video. You don't see my wife. You don't even see my wife in the video. Yo, you niggas will be like, yo, who your dad? Like, we already know your dad. Yo, ain't you Walter? Aren't you retarded? You couldn't talk until you were like what? Can you even fucking talk? Yo, your dad popped his ass with his finger, right? Yo, dad, man, fuck your dad, your grandfather. Let's talk about your grandfather. We know all about your kids. Gonna be like, damn, I don't even have a fucking chance. You done put my face out there. You done said all this shit about grandpa. Now I got these kids running around talking about the apple don't fall far from the tree. They think I'm gay too. They think it's a curse. Yo. They be like, yo, you Walter? Oh, shit. Your grandfather paid male escorts. Your grandfather stole money from your grandmother and used that money that he stole from your grandmother to pay gay men that threatened to out him. Your grandfather, shit, wasn't he a communications professor? Nigga. You be like, that, how the fuck you know more about my family than I do? Nigga. You don't know what your dad been doing? Shit. We know all about you. Nigga, we know what y'all ate last night. Yeah, we know where y'all take a bowel movement, nigga, for real. Shit. We know y'all lineage. We know you a Jew. We know you a little Jew baby too. Yeah, we know everything. Shit. We know y'all first name, last name. We know what state you in. We know what county you in. We know you go to that little Christian homeschool program shit. Have they seen the Trinity videos? God. Yeah, you gotta slice it. You're like, fuck. They got the Christian program homeschool. Like, damn, it's a Christian program, but you know, fuck the Lord. They be like, yo, your dad said, fuck the Lord. In reference to his audience not super chatting him. Like, that shit crazy, son. I was just telling you right there. Shit crazy. That shit mad wild, son. Like, I ain't even gonna speak on your family. Yo, you Walter? I ain't even gonna speak on your family like talking about, right? I know you come from a line of weird niggas that descend from Oswego, New York and whatnot, son. Whole bunch of pedophiles and shit all over the fucking place. Whoa. Your father finger banged his asshole when he was at Hollywood type shit. And blamed it on him being 9 years old, right? That is fucking... Yeah, shit crazy, son. Hell, there ain't no way in hell y'all about to just see me sit up here and put my... I talk too much shit. You gotta be realistic. You may want to show the good, true, and beautiful. But your career don't reflect that. You talk shit. It ain't like you up here just giving financial advice. It ain't like you just up here a man of the Lord spreading the gospel. You know? It ain't like you just up here trying to help people really get nigga. You want some nightclub comedian shit, son. You got a whole gamma life. Yo, you got some wild ass haters. You got niggas that drive up, you get your P.O. box and just be out front like, ooh, what's up? You got niggas, not even online, just you got people in fucking Boundary County that just hate you. You got, these niggas, people need to pay me to give them this type of advice. I could really help in this type of way. I'd be like, I wouldn't do that. I'm gonna be a life coach. Wasn't Awaken with JP a life coach? Yeah, I'm gonna be a life coach. I'm good at telling people what and what not to do. How can I grow a foot? You gotta play with yourself. Who said that? That shit was the most comedic response I could come up with in that short time. You gotta tug on yourself, play with it yourself. Grow, you be like, grow the foot. Like, you been playing with yourself. You've been playing with yourself. You've been holed up in your room with a picture of January Jones, haven't you? With some Jergens lotion. Again. That shit ain't even funny. Some of y'all got teenagers going through that shit right now. Some of y'all got teenagers obsessed with Julia Roberts. How come his eyes in the bathroom? Fucking tissues all over the fucking place. Fucking no lotion. You buy, this is the second bottle of lotion I went for in 1 week. It's just all lotion. Because I got teenage boys, something else. I'm telling you some real shit. You fucking around, went through your teenage son phone and found these weird pictures of Sarah Silverman downloaded to his shit. How come he's quite fond of Sarah Silverman? I just didn't quite know that. I got some weird shit going on. I should also do consults with parents, because I'm great at this type of shit. Man. Sarah Silverman, why? The same reason anybody would have woo to January Jones at Jodie Foster. Niggas on some weird shit. Niggas would be running around with lotion in their hand with the tissues, staring at Drew Barrymore and shit. Like, they'd be like, oh, Drew Barrymore. Like, oh, some king shit. Be like, oh, Madonna. Oh my gosh. Got some weird ass. Don't act like teenage boys don't be doing some weird shit, man. The earth is definitely flat though. Neither the ancestors or you can prove it though. Huh? You can say something is something all day long, but when it comes to the proof, you can't do it. You're gonna have to resort to the same style tactics that NASA uses, right? Huh? The flat earthers on the top getting money from this shit. You low-level, broke, flat earther niggas just running flat earth, gang banging that shit on globetards. You niggas broke as fuck. They getting money at the top. You not getting to the bread, they getting to the bag. You just broke as fuck, parroting their talking points. That shit, the flat earth shit, that shit drawing people. It drawing people, especially in a day and age where people have high levels of distrust for their government. When the level of distrust between the state and the people get to an all-time high, weird shit always comes up. And I'm not saying this to say the state good, the guy. I'm looking at this shit across the board. This is when all types of cults pop up, all types of movement. You seen what happened with Catholicism, the Protestant movement. You seen England, and you seen what happened between England and Scotland and Spain and all the other Catholic nations. They were Protestant. You seen wild shit, how okay, and you thought Catholicism was weird. Okay. Look what sprung up in Catholicism's place. Mormonism, nigga. Fuck out of here, nigga. The Millerites. The Seventh-day Adventists. Fuck you mean, cuz? That shit is extremely weirder than Catholicism. It's like niggas really think the grass greener on the other. All types of weird shit pop up, son. I'm telling you some real shit, man. Some real shit. All types of little shit I ain't even mentioned just pop the fuck up. Little weird yoga cults. Shit weird. The weird enlightenment shit. Scientism. Y'all can't stop complaining about that shit. Hey man, shit pop up. I'm telling you, son. Shit could get really weirder. Shout out to Kellogg. I ain't gonna hold. Oh my god, what the fuck was it? The fuck was the question? Hell yeah, that shit'll sound good when people are against the government and then they go this way. It's like being herded into a pen. Right? People gonna by default believe the alternative because they niggas been lied to. They're like, I've been lied to about this, and that. I just got away, woo, 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 and you know, people more susceptible to it. It's like doing drugs and opening yourself up to demonic. I'm not comparing the two. I'm just saying the process is similar. It's like oftentimes you gotta go through something, and that something here is distrust between who is perceived to be the authority and the people without authority. And then the people, the middleman, that just follow me here, and people are like, well, they're lying, we'll go over here. Both them niggas lying to you. But nonetheless, people get hurt until they pen. It didn't make people rich. You can make a lot of money when there's an all-time high distrust in people's governments. Everybody knows this. You can make some shit of money. You think these niggas ain't broke talking about flat earth? Now when you got people like David Weiss, the nigga who quit the construction company that he started to pursue flat earth full time. Fuck, you a grown ass man, you just gonna quit and you gonna do this. There's money involved. You getting to the bread. And you low level niggas, y'all broke. Y'all broke as fuck. Running around sounding like them. Doing the same thing that the globetards do. With no proof. No proof. Just philosophy. And the incessant use of a P900 camera for some reason. Like people can actually use a P900 camera to zoom in on a setting sun and bring that bitch back. But they gonna use it with that sailboat though. They be like, look at this sailboat. No, nigga, I'm telling you some real G shit, nigga. They all lying to you, son. They lying to you, nigga. No earth. No earth. Real shit, no earth. They fucking lying to you, dog. Yeah, now give me your fucking money. If you want to hear more about no earth, give me your fucking money. And I'll explain. I'm putting my information behind a fucking paywall. I'm a lambda male. I'm a fucking lambda. I'm gonna tell somebody that too. I'm like, hell no, I'm not a sigma. I'm a lambda. What is that shit? The Greek alphabet? He a lambda male. Like, I'm alpha. I'm a fucking alpha. They're like, bitch, I'm a lambda. Fuck that, man. Fuck that got to do with anything. I'm lambda AF. What's this shit from Revenge of the Nerds? I'm that. SDA always think the world going to end, but keep pushing the date back. Shout out to the SDA. That's in keeping with what they've been doing. That's how they started. That's how they went from being Millerites. Look into the Millerites, you don't know. That's how they went from being Millerites to being SDA. They called themselves Millerites after the dude who was like, yo, return. And then when God didn't return, then Ellen stepped up and it was just a mistake. God made a mistake because God makes mistakes and it's not perfect, but it will be on this day. And then that shit did, hey, you know. So yeah, shout out. That's what they do. They do that. It's traditional for them at this point. Just it's coming back down on this day, and then it don't happen. Yeah, that's just tradition now. That's all. All the different American Protestants, that sounds super interesting. Shoot. Yeah. What's the heart for in the chat? I don't know, because I don't see it. You can hit that heart button till your heart content. I won't see it. Right? They all sound culty. Man, fuck all that. It was shit. Y'all sound culty. How you gonna call y'all sound culty right now? I need to go ahead and get y'all primed on accepting my cult when I get off probation. Cause y'all don't be in my cult. This shit, we gonna be culty AF. We gonna be culty AF. It sounds culty. Like, yeah, it kinda is. I'm gonna have the first cult where people in the cult are gonna be accused of being in a cult. And the people who are accused of being in a cult will turn to the accuser and be like, yeah, it's kind of a cult. You've never seen that out of a cult. You've never seen acceptance out of a cult. I am not in a cult. I'm just going to drink this cyanide-laced Kool-Aid and die. You gonna pull it, be like, yo, you in a cult? You be like, hell yeah, I'm in the cult, but look at this, look at my watermelon patch though. Our leader has a watermelon patch, so I got one too. Like, nigga, you are on the 5th floor of an apartment complex in San Francisco. Like, so I got a watermelon patch. Do your roommates hate you? Like, I got that watermelon. I gotta have these lights in here. Yeah, the lights don't shut off. I got a black light, blue light, green light. My co-leader, your roommates hate you. You just end up growing random shit because your cult leader grows. You got the black light on and all that shit running up the electric bill. I thought we gotta split the electric. Like, hell no, bitch, you see this watermelon patch that's taking up the dining room table? But maybe you can just not have a watermelon patch. Bitch, my cult leader has a watermelon patch. Fuck out of here. I am based. This nigga growing watermelon. You think them watermelons gonna fit in a styrofoam cup? You got them shit spread across the dining room table trying to be like me. You sharing the apartment with 2 roommates, and it's a 1-bedroom with a big ass Doberman in a kennel in the kitchen with unlimited watermelons in the dining area. Your roommates hate you. I'm here to tell you that. As your cult leader, I'm here to tell you they hate you. Walmart, when my dad was alive, he loved Walmart. Man, shout out to Walmart. Ladies of BG, hell no. Man, hell no, the hen house. Shit, you already know what time it is. That's on some inner circle shit. Fuck type of ladies of BG. Hell no, that's too, it gotta be ambiguous. It gotta be job like mysterious. You gotta be like, yo, what's that? Like people hear it but won't connect it. Like they be like, yo, hen house. You like on that hen house shit. They gonna hear this shit, it's gonna go by their head. You just be like, ladies of BG, prosecutors gonna jump on that. Let's up that nigga, that's Rico right there, nigga. Hell no, nigga, it's like hen house. Something you can't directly tie. That's where all these niggas be fucking up at. Shout out to Walmart though. I like Walmart. Walmart has what the average shopper looks for. Not even product, but great deals. The typical person that shops, they're looking for deals, especially women. Women want to know, yo, is it a deal on that? Women are always, they like, yo, can I get 2 for 15? But it just translates to savings. They get their rollback shit with the little carrot. They'll be like, yo, this shit, you go in the clearance section, you go, oh shit. Especially the more kids a woman has, she just be like, yo, is it deals on that? Then we're not getting that. Maybe she got 5 kids, what the fuck she look like going to a mom and pop shop that's charging an arm and a leg for some shit? Of course Walmart gonna get popping. Sam Walton was what the nigga, the Walton, him and his wife were about as moral as it gets. The shit, the Walmart now, it had, I mean, it's not even a shadow of its former self, but still, it was a small business that became a big business. Now Walmart just eats small business. That's what happens when you get big. It's capitalism. You can do that when you get big. Walmart put in that fucking work. Walmart got the connections. Huh? You got a business, so you don't want to get big, you don't want to have connections. You don't want your stores there. You want to expand, but you just don't want to. I don't want to because there's a small business on the corner and I just don't want to expand. No, nigga, it's dog eat dog. That's where the term came from. Dog eat dog. Big business, nigga. You don't give a fucking you small business, big business. So when you do make it small business, it makes being big business big bones. Now you got connections. You may even have a politician or 2 in your fucking pocket. Like, you know, people like you lobby now. That's ultimately the end goal, unless you're too moral to go down that route. In which case you shouldn't be in business, because that's what business is. If you want to succeed, if you want to have something to leave your kids, then you got to do shit like that. Fuck you mean? Who the fuck just has business to not knock out the competition? Come on, stop playing, man. You fooling yourself. You fooling yourself, man. People, it's Walmart, it's big business, it's knocking out all the competition. And meanwhile, these niggas be striving for the same girl. Be like, I gotta get him out of the picture because we're competing for the same girl. Nigga, that's how it is, that business. It's big, that's all it is. Yeah, I got 2 more questions. And then I'm gonna chill out. BG is fooling himself. Man, I came out the womb fooling myself. I came out the womb like this. I need y'all. I need your services, Lilo. I know you can talk about me, but that's why I'm scared to tell people that I work on cars. I don't even advertise myself as a mechanic. Because when you do that, people have something they want you to look at immediately. It's not even when you have time. Oh, you a mechanic? You do mechanic? Oh, look, man, I got the car right here. It won't start. Maybe you can check it out. You go do that. And then it's like, man, I got my cousin about to come over. He got something he just wants you to hear real quick. He get there, you know. He be like, man, I turn my key. They be like, what the fuck you think that is? I just came here to drop off wood. You diagnosing a whole line of vehicles. You feel like this feel like the manufacturing plant. You gotta go through each one. They be like, man, I step on the brake pedal. They be just sink. It don't got no leak on. What do you think they could be? They be like, I told them it could possibly be the transmission, right? People be wrong. People that already bought the part and want you to just put it on. I already bought the part, just put it on. And you put it on at the wrong time. You put this part on here and it didn't fix the part. They be like, oh my God. Ain't got time for that, man. That's a hard life. Shout out to the mechanics. I can't do it no more. BG admits his money comes from his OnlyFans. Hell yeah. I ain't got nothing to hide. I ain't got nothing to hide. So I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I ain't like these other people online. Nah, if you wanna know how to get to where I got to in life, nigga, OnlyFans. I could just tell you to go get a trade, but I'm piping shit. You can go be a plumber, but me, I'm the other kind of plumber. You understand what I'm saying? Know what I'm talking about? My nigga. I tell you what. I tell you what, my teacher never thought that I would grow up to become a plumber. And I'm damn good at my job. They didn't notice people recognize you. They be like, oh, see, hey, wait a minute. What, you the dude from West Coast Productions, right? They're like, who, me? Hell no. Yeah. You was on Bubble Butt Cheerleaders 15, where like, hell no, that wasn't me. Who the fuck, who? Hell no. You think all black people look alike, don't you? Like, yeah, I thought it was you, though. What? Hell no, that wasn't me. That could be your excuse when somebody recognizes you. Hey, this is you from, yeah. You'd be like, hell no, you just think all black people look alike. Racist much. That be you like shit. Like, hell no, I get my money from. Yeah, you be doing the joint with the older women and whatnot. Like, yeah, I noticed you. Yeah. With the grandma. It's like, who grandma? Oh, hell no. Like, how the fuck you afford this Aston Martin, right? I'm like, shit, no, this ain't grandma money. I'm a plumber. I get a trade. Go get a trade. Don't do what I do. Go get a trade. You can get a McLaren if you get good at being an electrician. Bitch, I can't afford no McLaren. I can barely afford these fancy ass Klein pliers they trying to get. Talking about you can get a McLaren if you an electrician. Like shit, I'm not doing sex work. Y'all all do look alike. See, that's a great cover. You can just accuse somebody of they won't notice. You just be a random porn star just out there. Like, yo, you Like, yo, you be piping down grandmas and shit. You be like, yo, chill, son. You be out with you like, yo, like, yo, that's you, yo. Yeah. I seen that. I just got finished watching your Jack. Nigga still got tissues in his pocket. He's like, yeah. That was a great performance. Shit feel awkward. Like, what the fuck? Like, yeah. I went through a whole bottle of Jergens lotion. It's a great, yo. Who's the grandma? Like, yo, I don't know what you talking about. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. You just think all black people look alike. That wasn't me. You be on some R. Kelly shit. Like, that was you. They gonna have video evidence of it being you. Just like it wasn't me. I did not pee on that. He peed on that thing like a little water, like a waterfall. That shit what you call a golden shower. R. Kelly got a courtroom. Was like, that wasn't me. Hell no. It's like, nigga, you was singing your greatest hit while doing it. That nigga R. Kelly was peeing on the guy and was like, I wish. It was like, yo, that's you. Like, no one sing like you, son. That's you. You singing while you doing it. It's like you signing your work or something. Nigga sign his work when he sing when you whistle while you do that shit. Yeah, this is you Robert Kelly. You just think all black people look alike. They got a little inappropriate. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you the watermelon now. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and show you all the watermelons now because I got a little inappropriate on there. I mean, I don't even think these are sugar babies at this point. I don't know what I got these seeds. They are seeds. They're organic, but sugar babies are a little bit darker. You see how this Tamagotchi right here? You see him? He done got big, didn't he? Yeah, that Tamagotchi right there. He just chilling. I got another one growing right up in here. See a little baby right there? Little baby Ushaboo right there. Little Ushaboo. I got the auxiliary, the squash and zucchini going wild. They're all up and down here. So, yeah, I had to let Gigapack go. This is another one. And you see two of them right there. You see it got a little Ushaboo. Got an Ushaboo right there. This ain't Gigapet, but got that baby right there. And where the fuck the hell? It's like 4 of them. They're hiding right now. And then this patch, this my auxiliary patch. There's something back on here. But I need to go ahead and do some trimming so my pollinators can get to these flowers a lot easier. But this is my auxiliary watermelon patch. Little baby Ushaboo. Oh, little baby. Oh, little baby. Hey, is this a baby? Yeah, you see it though. Look at it. Look. Look back on it. Yeah, I'm back on. Oh, you're stuck with redneck neighbor. You gotta speak Asian to it. You will grow big and strong. You will be big and strong. You will grow up and be tasty. Very tasty. Very tasty, yes I did. This is not Japanese. This is Asian. Oh, you got the Asian zingers. Look at him. Look at him chilling. He just chill. He nestled in there. That's what I call being nestled. He just tucked. He tucked in. Shout out to Tamagotchi. Let me show y'all these. Go get your woman some tires. I basically said all I said today on this live stream just to tell y'all to get your woman some tires. I gotta replace the lower front control arms first. Then I'm gonna go ahead, we're gonna take it up to the shop, get the tires on, mount and balance, then get the alignment done, be done. Woo, straight like that. Hey, you gotta get new shoes, man. Get your girl some new shoes. Those are the shoes that every woman really wants. They just don't know they need it. And I'm making progress on my wood wall. I got stacked this. You know, I'm making progress. I'm getting my wood wall back. See, that fell, I had a little, I had people come by this morning. But that's my cooking wood right there. I just had no more room to put it up north. So I just got it right there soaking up that sun cooked wood. We finished stacking this. And this should fill this one pallet. And I got that one right there. I got to replace that pallet and that one. More cooking wood. Split that. And I think I got about like 2 yards, maybe 2.5 yards in the compost. So that's about 2.5 yards of material in there. So, but yeah, man, I'm out. I ain't talking about nothing.